Well, good morning, everyone. I'm on a roll. So, this one I saved for last, and I'm glad that I saved it for last. I'm also glad I'm in a quiet environment where I need to be at this point in time. But, the country is still in uproar. And I just hope and pray. You know, I just hope and pray. Because, I'm actually witnessing we're witnessing return of history. Really. You know, and the family members that I've died, they all have their, I'm not going to say they all have their racist stories, but we've definitely talked about black and white and what white people do and how they are and the shit and how fucked up they are. Just how fucked up some of them are. We don't have no problems with white people. We just have problems with the ones that's fucked up that think that the Constitution was only wrote for them. So, I watched a fucking documentary on CNN, and it was about BSL, Black Sign Language. And, I always, for the most part, I'm always watch something because it's informative. Seriously, I always tell people this. I am like number five when it comes to learning shit or being told some shit, or I love informative shit because, it's input, because you can never be too old to learn something. You can learn, that's what I'm saying, you learn something new every day. That's a real true fucking statement. And you should want to remain open enough to want to learn something new every day. Whether you like it or not, you still should be open to learning about it and finding out about it. So, you know, this bothered me so bad. And this was that was the one other thing was the whipped cream and cherry on top of as to why I made this video today. But this hurt me so bad. It hurt me so bad that I literally talked to my daddy about it, and he had to tell me to calm down because I've seen black children use sign language, and I know about sign language. Of course, everyone knows about sign language. Of course, no, everybody knows about ASL. However, though, what I didn't know, and it bothered me so bad, that you racist motherfuckers are so deep. You know, you literally couldn't teach the black children the same sign language. And, I understand the concept of just being black, me being a woman, being black and a woman. So we got double doses. But this is one double dose I never thought about. And part of the reason why I never thought about it is, like I said, I've seen black children use sign language and read each other's lips and stuff like that, or do both. So you just go to deaf school, you learn sign language. That's it. That's how I'm thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm that I never ever think about the difference, just the difference of us being black. I never think about that. I just never do. I probably should, but I don't. I don't think about the instant mistreatment just because we black. And that's a level of ignorance as well. Because and that's what makes it hurt so bad. Because not only were those children black, what I'm saying, they have a handicap. They're impaired. And same difference of being black and a woman. So now you being black and you're deaf. Now you're being black, a woman, and deaf. Literally mistreated for that. And just, me hearing that, because interpreters were on this, were on this documentary as well. And the interpreters, they literally, the problem is, by the time they got to being taught in school or going to a deaf school, what they were doing and what they were being taught was two different things. Like literally, they wanted to keep them segregated. They even kept sign language segregated. What sick fuck does that? That is fucking sick. No matter what, our children are impaired in some type of way. Our children are impaired. And your sorry ass is so hung up on niggas that you want our children who has an impairity already to have a separate one too. Why in the hell couldn't they just be taught ASL? We in America. Literally, why in the fuck couldn't they have been taught the same goddamn sign language as the white kids? And so that's where BSL comes from. Because they had to make up their own sign languages. They had to make their own language. In fact, it's even talked about that in sign language, just how we segregate and we talk a certain way, BSL is the same way. And I do like how they glorified it. Because we are bigger, better, blacker. And that's what our sign is. Our BSL is bigger and blacker. They called it it's way more exciting. It's more extravagant than regular ASL. And that's what I'm gonna take from it. And that's what made me feel better about it. Because it hurt my spirit and it hurt my fucking heart to have to hear about not only are they having to deal with their hearing impairment, their disability. Not only do they have to deal with that, but they have to deal with the fact of the matter that they wanted to keep us segregated by just not teaching the same thing. We weren't even worth the same goddamn thing. And that's why we can't understand it. Because the hate just ain't there. No matter what, that's why you can't understand it. And this is explained in everything. You can't understand it because it doesn't even make sense. You can't wrap your head around it because it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to keep ASL separate from black and white children. Another unnecessary ass shit to add on to the racial bullshit that's already going on. That is sick, man. I'm sick, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, this last thing, and I'm going to wrap this up, because I could talk about this for hours. Because I cannot understand the level of hate, because it just doesn't make any sense. So in the fuck what? Why in the fuck do you have to take extra motherfucking energy to like to just no to a nigga? No nigger. No. It just don't make any sense. So that you know what I'm saying, it started with that. And the whipped cream and cherry on top is when I'm seeing a video about a man talking about, of course it's the South. You Southerners never disappoint now. I'm just noticing that any type, the most fucked up racist shit is always from a motherfucker in the goddamn South. Never, I seriously, never seen it fail. The most crass shit comes from Southern redneckety neck motherfuckers. Excuse me, redneckety neck white motherfuckers. Say the most stupidest, crassest shit. So this motherfucker, he out here, he trying to help us, right? So he literally said his city and state was the most racist that there is. And literally, the shit that motherfuckers was yelling out their own goddamn window. Bitch, you need your goddamn windshield and tires shot out. Straight up saying some shit like that. And out of all that negativity, one white, and this was a young one. See, let me tell you something. You know, all that shit that was yelled up out their windows was older, ignorant, rednecked in neck ass white people. And a beautiful little angel emerged, a little ginger. I love red hair; they're so rare and beautiful. He was a young one though. Held up a note, and he just walked up to him, handed it to him, and gave him a thumbs up. And this gentleman opened up this note, basically saying, "I know what you're trying to do. What you're doing is good, and keep doing it." Basically compared to these assholes out here that is yelling all these goddamn obscenities at you for trying to help us. It exists. And all that, and you know what, you can't even feel bad no more when you hearing all that negativity and that one person comes out of left field and just does the most beautiful thing ever. Those happen. Those still happen. They do. So I'm gonna leave y'all with that. That's what's grinding my goddamn gears. The fact of the matter that racism is gone had went so deep that a motherfucker is teaching two different goddamn sign languages to keep segregation. Just fuck the fact that these children are hearing impaired. Fuck that. Just fuck that. We got to keep these motherfuckers segregated. And the one way we going to keep this motherfucker segregated is just don't teach them nothing at all or teach them just something different. And you got kids trying to communicate with one another and looking at each other crazy because they don't know what the fuck they talking about because of your raggedy ass. You're sick, man. You're sick. I'm talking about straight jacket sick. You need to be locked the fuck up acting like that. That's what's grinding my goddamn gears, man. Y'all, please, for the love of God, just try to be better, man. Just try to be better. And I'm telling you, the old people out here, you're not gonna reach them. You're not gonna reach them. The motherfuckers that's 25 and above, 25 and higher, you're not gonna reach them because that's what was mostly hanging out them windows. But you young people, you can do this. Y'all are starting already, and I still appreciate y'all just for that. I appreciate that young person, that young man that came out of left field and was praising him because it shouldn't matter. It never should have mattered. Swear for a lawyer, it never should have mattered. We got so, we got so much shit to try to fix, man, because we've been doing this shit hundreds of years. That's what's gonna be so hard. You cannot undo hundreds of years of history overnight. It's not gonna work, and it probably won't be in our lifetime. And that's depressing. But I mean, as long as it gets done, honestly, and really to tell you the truth, I don't even think the world gonna make it for that change. That's just my opinion. Because I mean, for God's children, I already prayed for ascension, and I've already prayed for people to be delivered because this is a horrible time. I really, like I said, I don't think the world gonna make it. I really don't. So please, people, just try to be better one day at a time, and be kind to one another. Try to be kind to one another. But that's what's grinding my goddamn gears. This is Miss Miller. Hashtag Mega Grinding Gears.